just won't shine for you. If every moon turns its back on you too. If you've been wondering how to make it all through, I will be there to light up the infinite dark. Let me be your flame, don't you be afraid. I would never ever lead you astray. Though there may come a day when my fire fades, may it
Good evening,
burning bright.
lovely chat. Please bear with me one moment.
If the roads all greet you with freezing rains, if your so-called comrades all do the same, just check your pulse and you'll feel my
Okay, you will notice the screen is black. That is deliberate. Just bear with it. Just give it a moment. This stream is speed. Like I thought about doing, just the usual IS. But today we've been talking in the Discord about new players, and if you saw my tweet a few hours ago, you will know that as well.
Let me be your
And so I thought, actually, no, I'm not going to do the usual IS. I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to start a brand new account
lead you astray.
so that I can, because I'm cooking something. Yeah. So you'll see the words video prep in the title. That's because I'll put something on the screen in a moment. Hang on, maybe I should change the scene actually, so I'm not just like in the corner. Wait a minute. Maybe if I do like this. Yeah. Whoa, I'm big now. Yeah. So today has inspired me. Today's conversations in the Discord server have inspired me have inspired the idea for my next video, which is going to be a new player thing. Because guides for new players suck. They're dog shit. They're awful. They'll just like it's always the same shit. E2 Myrtle, borrow Whissadel, easy game, easy life. Dog shit. No, you're ruining. You are ruining the experience for new players, and it's inspired me to make a different guide, one that will actually help people. But to make a new account, I need to bind it to an email address. So give me a moment, please. Hope you've all been doing well. Yeah. Sorry, by the way, I was like, I said I would stream like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and that would be useful. But like, most sleep issues have just caught up to me this week, and so Tuesday, Thursday, I was just having to recover from that. But it is what it is. Anything interesting happened this week to anyone? It's worth telling me about. Well, I get this email thing sorted. Metal sucks. It doesn't do shit for a new player. True. You're gonna try to make new player mistakes, or basically what? Like, I've realized, like, as much as I've been speaking authoritatively on this to some new players in the Discord, I've realized, what the fuck? Why is it? Is it random? Okay. I thought I clicked my email address, but no, just random Uma Musume video comes up. Random. What do you mean I didn't pass the capture? I'm not a fucking robot. There we go. Where's the music? Oh. My bad. It's because I'm on the cam. Hang on. I'll pause the music. I'll go back to the start. It's because I'm on this camera scene. It doesn't have the music on it. My bad. Bear with me.
Are you waiting for a compliment?
What the fuck was that? X Peach Peach, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Right, here we go. Here we go. Okay. That's more like it. Right. Go back to the start of this.
Gimme some thing.
Okay, all good, all fixed. Is this an AKE stream? No, this is not an AK. This is not an Enfield stream. This is an Arknight stream. Someone who could never get into Arknights and found you recently. This will be an interesting stream. I'm glad. No, this is not an Enfield stream. There is nothing to stream of Enfield. There's no content. Like if I was at AX, if I was at Anime Expo, then maybe I could stream like the Griffline booth or something. But no, there's nothing to say with regards to Enfield, I'm afraid. When they announce another beta, then yeah, you'll see me like hyper-analyzing it. Like autistic hyper-focus. Anyway. My name is Boto. We have Crash Outer of the Gacha. Is it Crash Outer or Crasher Out? Crasher Out feels more natural. Am I gonna build Ark again? No. You know what I'm gonna do? Hang on. First of all, I'm gonna skip this story because I've seen it all before. What I'm gonna do? Can't hear myself think because this music's too loud. What I'm gonna do is not build 6 stars or 5 stars. What I'm gonna do is take my own advice. Basically, I'm going to take my own advice and not the advice I'm giving new players, and not build any 5 or 6 stars besides Amiya. Just only build 4 stars and 3 stars. I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to put myself in the shoes of a new player, so that I can speak authoritatively on this in the video that I'm going to make. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, because you know this is true. You know for a fact this is true. All these new player guides that get made. I say all. There's loads of them. There's not that many. But every single new player guide that gets made, it's always from the perspective of a veteran. Like speaking at you, like, okay, yeah, so I've been playing this for years, that you do this. I'm putting myself in the shoes of a new player so that I know exactly like what a new player sees, what a new player is able to do, and that's my goal. This is muted. Lol, the mouth. There we go. Is this the anti-dodge, dude? Yeah, dude. If they add a dodge button to any game, I'm gonna boycott that game. I am no. Yeah.
Let me create a diversion.
Prep for CC? No, this is definitely not prep for CC. If I was preparing for CC, I would be doing like difficult stages with my built account. Nero TV with 87 viewers. Holy mother of nuclear raid. Almost raided you back there using the run command. Thank you for the raid, brother. Appreciate that. Is it good to start a new account now? Yes, it is. I'll tell you why. Because there's a new limited event starting in about 2 weeks' time. Less than that, actually. And limited events give you loads of freebies. And so if you start a new account now, you'll get like the early stuff out of the way, and because you'll get the early stuff out of the way, you'll then have access to all the free stuff that the limited events give you. So yeah, absolutely do start a new account now if you haven't started one already. Any tips when someone gets stuck in progress? I love AK, but it's been stuck for a while and it's making me play something else. Where are you stuck? Because it really depends where you're stuck. If on to Raid 2 there. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. I'm assuming you were playing Eternal Return. Or maybe Shadowverse. I know you've been tweeting about that. Wait a few weeks for you and re-roll, but re-long. Yeah, you don't need to re-roll for you. That is lame. It's just, he's not a character you need to re-roll for. Etheria Restart. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I can't lie. Etheria Restart is like a spiritual successor to Epic 7. It's like PvP turn-based. It's a game you need to be keeping on top of. Subanna coming out soon? Yeah, it's, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the 17th. There is a date of mine, though, just to be clear. I think it's the 17th of this month. Nothing but bad things about it. See, I've heard... It's interesting, right? I've only heard bad things about Etheria, except from Mr. Pokey and Genazat. From those two, I've heard positive things about Etheria Restart. But those two are also Epic 7 players, so...
Awaiting orders. Cut them to pieces.
I think rerolling is lame unless it's built directly into the game. I don't mind it too much. It's like, I think it depends on how difficult it is. So if you're rerolling, like, for example, a Genshin. If you're rerolling a Genshin account, that's lame. That's stupid. The amount of time it takes to reroll a Genshin account is just ridiculous. Not even remotely worth the time. Arkanites, you can automate this. You can automate these rerolls. I think it's fine, to be honest. But nonetheless, it is kind of lame. I don't recommend doing it. I think I get Shu and Chongyue. That's hopeful. Shu and Chongyue, they are not well, they're kind of rate up, but they're like secondary rate ups. They're difficult to get. But then again, it depends how much you roll.
Awaiting orders.
If there's gacha, I'm on it. I think I've tried almost all available games in EU. That's insane. You have an addiction. Please go. That's ridiculous. Why would you do that?
Is it my turn? You can't stop me.
Please, go ahead.
Currency system is balked beyond repair.
Hi streamer, I'm new to Arknights. Should I re-roll until I get P6 Chongyu with the free rolls?
Yeah, do that. That should, someone should try that. Someone should just dedicate 2 entire weeks to re-rolling and seeing what the best re-roll they can get is. Two entire weeks. Someone's got to. Some unemployed person needs to dedicate the time to that. That does. Who translated that? This is ChatGPT shit. That's not. That doesn't say warehouse, Amia. That says depot. Yo, sir! God damn it! It's not the same thing, user. Fuck you. Okay. In my defense, I play purely free to play. Okay, that's fair enough then. I suppose. It's still though. You're insane for doing that. Just watch RT play horse game for 7 hours. That's horse game. I'm getting really into the horse game. I can't lie. Holy shit, absolutely captivated me. What the fish? I don't know, but AK is doing that annoying thing that new mechanics are almost limited exclusive. Elemental damage outside the limited 6-star are god awful, and I hate that. That's don't agree with you there, Luis. So a while ago I would have agreed with that, but there's plenty of operators that you can get elemental damage from. Logos, Ebenholz, Viviana, Blaze, the upcoming unit that comes with you, is also not is burn damage, but that's not limited. Ifrit has burn damage. Bobbing is the 5 stars for a burn ritualist. You know, there's ways of getting elemental damage that's not limited, and on CN as well. Just spoiler warning for those who care about that. It's Tragodia, Phantom Altar is brand new kind of elemental. Nervous impairment, that's not limited. Valarquin, yes, free from IS4, but Valarquin's not very good, so I didn't include it. I'm new to horse game. When does Nurl banner happen? Every banner is the Nurl banner. Thank you for the fart reverb. That's really cool. Gargamon, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Either your 4-star within a week or delete this account. through the AI slop. What do you wait? AI slop game? That's the first I've heard of that. Does Ethereum? Thank you again for the fart reverb. God, fuck. What do you mean AI slop game? That's the first. That's news to me? Can you elaborate on that, Hickey? Is buying a single pull because you missed that for pity ruin your FTP status? Yes, it does. If you spend any money whatsoever, then you're not free to play. That's how it works. Even monthly card. You can be a light spender, like buying the monthly card and like the occasional purchase. That's not even like dolphin territory. That's just light spender. That's like normal casual money. But if you spend even 1 penny, you're no longer free to play. Passenger 221, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's like Hickey on YouTube is saying that it's an AI slot game, but I've not heard that accusation before. So I just want to double check. Thank you. I like the new video on YT. Thank you very much. Thank you. I worked very hard on it. I got spooked by Irene on the Lapland banner. Not afraid of anything. Femina, absolutely. I just kind of want Changyo because 120. Yeah, dude. I was about to go into my roster, just bring it up, but no, I'm on a different account, am I? Lol, Lamau. Wow, beginner banner, no way. I haven't rolled on one of these in ages. Who's the first unit? Let's go. That's a good thing. That's big. Horse game, let's go. You have the power of double check. It's spreading. The Twitch containment is leaking. You not stream for so long because CCP got... Yeah. Xi Jinping personally came to my house and shot me in the back of the head. Nowadays, people throw out AI accusations all over the place without evidence. That is true. But I'm also willing to take them seriously. Because, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, if you've seen the amount of AI ads that LD Player throws at you when you open the emulator. Like, I don't know.
You better not get Thorns, he's mid.
Thorns is not mid. No, actually that's wrong. Thorns is mid, but whatever. Well, this one it was just like Siege and Angelina. Yeah, new players have it so good. Meteor's a good first. Though. My main account, my first pull was Meteorite. Lucky. Hi Turbo, new player. Everyone told me Whissadel is the only operator that matters, so how do I re-roll for her? So you go into the settings, and in the user center, the account center, there's a button that says delete account. You want to click that. You're welcome. That main theme. Blaze is extra mid. Is Blaze extra mid? Blaze is okay. I wouldn't describe Blaze as mid. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's fair. I've read the story already. I don't need to do this. He's unemployed and Blaze works at E1 is mid, so it's good for early benefits. I don't know. So I think a few years ago it would have been totally justified to say, yeah, Blaze is a really good operator because, you know, like AFK, she just handles, like, holds a lane by herself. But, like, I don't know. I don't think that's really... Those kind of stuff like that isn't really necessary anymore. Like, I think Thorns is still a very fair recommendation. Thorns is still very fair. But, well, I don't know. Is it Thorns or... I don't know. I don't think it's that important, really. But the point is really, neither of them. I don't think either of them should be built by a new player because I'm trying to demonstrate to people that you shouldn't be building 5-stars and 6-stars instead, like when you first make your account. The only high rarity unit you should be building, I say high rarity, it's not even high rarity because it's free. The only 5-star or above you should be building early on is Amiya. Getting Blaze just means you can pre-farm trust for Blaze Altar. That's true. Good point. Excellent point. Well presented. This YouTube people don't like this song, but I'm I think last time I was last stream, people on YouTube were complaining that shitpost songs. I'll wait a bit. I'll wait and see how unbearable it gets. Where CBEX8 feeling like impossible? Yeah, it sounds like that. That's CBEX8 is a really fun stage when you have a built account, but for new players, I can imagine it's really annoying.
Okaeri, Doctor.
Okaeri, Doctor. Oh, excuse me. Auditory equivalent of anxiety? That's a good way of describing it. I like that description. Song's the reason why I rarely join the stream. You see what you're doing, guys? You're scaring people away. Our poor Kashiwai has to leave because... What? Wait a minute. This is not what it used to look like. No. It didn't used to look like this. It had a different tile set before. I'm not going crazy. Like I'm not going crazy. This had a different tile set. Like the layout is the same. The tile set is different. Got upgraded with a tutorial update. Noted. The operators will lose HP who continuously engaged in combat without proper backup. They may fall on the battlefield. Don't worry, a medic.
There we go.
It's for chapter 15, I'm sure. The upgraded all tutorial stage. For chapter 15, I don't think. Would it be for chapter 15? Like, because this tile set was like, tiles like this. These were present with Babel. So maybe it was just with Babel and with like chapter 14. But that to be fair, that also could have been done in prepreration for chapter 15. Okay, that song's over now. I'll tone down the the cursed nature of song.
Waiting for a
After that.
compliment.
They can't handle the shitpost songs. They don't deserve the peak edited crash out. That's a good point. Good point. I like your perspective. Data updated. What? Oh. Wait a minute. What? I have to log in for 5 days to get this? Bruh. 14? God, that's kind of cool though. You get the. I didn't know you could get this. This is new. This is more generous than it used to be. This didn't exist.
Can I
This
touch your
didn't
forehead?
exist.
If Tobo's crash out is the first domino leading to not being able to post 2, I'm gonna
Elite
lose
2
it.
voucher. Is the first domino leading to not being able to post. Ooh, I'm gonna lose it. That's fair. That's really funny. Like the mental. I could just picture the meme in my head with the tiny domino going up to the really big white slab, and it's just like Turbo puts the crash out. Fucking Gacha players Grim goes Joker mode because he can't post ooh. Yeah, because I recognize it. Yeah, I'm only just finding this out. Like a 10 roll on the Colonel banner as well, and this. What? Damn, bro. Oh wait, no, hang on. This is a top operator from. I thought this was. Damn, dude. I assumed that was a 5-star one. No, that's a 6-star. I wasn't looking up here. Oh no, wait, that's where it is. Yeah, so there's the 5-star selector at the end there, but then there's also. Oh, wow. Look at that. Damn, dude. Yeah, we haven't unlocked this. 02 to unlock. Okay. I need to be taking notes. Let me pull up my. So TR. What was that one called? TR1. This music is so good, by the way. The Zenless Zero music. My God. The 1.0 soundtrack. Jesus. Right. So, unlock. Newbie. Sign in rewards. And select this, etc. From mail. And select it even who you would have that on your main account as well. Yeah, and I remember getting them like when they announced the new stuff, but it just didn't like register to me that like, oh yeah, new players get this. It's only now that I'm actually making a new account, it's like, oh wow, that's really good. Why are you taking notes? Because I'm making a video. Like I'll state it again to be clear, because I only stated it at the like very beginning. I'm making a video. I'm making a video for like new players because I've been realizing that I don't know if you. I posted a tweet about it as well. Basically, right. Oh God. With the influx of new people in my server, it's becoming more and more clear that veteran organized players are actively harming the experience for new players by teaching them that they shouldn't try to learn. It doesn't just mean Wishadel, it goes all the way back to Silver Ash and Aya. When veterans all say E2 Myrtle borrow West easy game, then new players are unfathomably bored all the way up to chapter 7. Is it really any wonder that so many of them quit within weeks? That's like it's becoming apparent. Like with the new players, you know, there was the those who were in the server earlier. There was this new player, Hello, who's There was also someone in my there was a Twitch chat. I think they were called Warp. So Warp with some numbers afterwards. I don't remember exactly. Who confirmed this as well, like the new player experience. Then there was also Minnie. I think the name was Minnie in the server, who also said that like no, was it Minnie or was it someone else? I'm not gonna go and like look it up or anything, but like. Basically, the point was that a bunch of new players have come in and confirmed that, like, actually, the new player, like, as new players, their experience was kind of ruined by just being told to use Whistledale for everything, or just, and like this, and this wasn't exclusive to just Whistledale. It's not a Whistledale problem. It's a veteran player problem, giving advice to new players because they just tell them to use the strongest new unit. Or whatever the strongest unit of the day is. Like, it would go back to, like, Munar, it would go back to Chalta, it would go back to Surta, it would go back to Silver Ash Aya. It's not a Whistledale issue. It's, like, veterans don't think about what it's like for new players. Because if you're just borrowing the really strong unit, you don't learn how the game works. You don't learn anything. And, like, it just becomes boring. Because, the game just becomes a case of, like, a really boring auto-battler daily grind. You know, you just open the game, you put down the strong unit, and a couple of some other random shit to block or whatever. And it's just boring. Is it any wonder that they quit? They're not engaging with the game. They're not using their brain. It's just mindless. It's just like you don't pick up Arknights to be for mindless gacha. That's not this game. That's not what this kind of game is. It's just like, but it's frustrating that and someone, I think it was it Coral who said, I don't know how far back I need to scroll to find it. I think it was Coral who basically said that CN people, like CN players, will just tell new players to save all their pulls until they can spark Wizardel. I'm like, what? No! Don't do that! Are you fucking insane?
Okaeri, Doctor.
Or like, rather, they were telling them to do that until because it was closer. Presumably, because they were saying that because it was approaching the 6th anniversary where the Wisp-Spark was available. I'm assuming that's the case. But like, still, no, don't do that. This is a stupid idea. Okay, here's Recruit. That came with 02. When I was watching someone play Zwilling Stone and the only thing that people were saying were use Logos. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Veteran players are just being really unhelpful about it because they want to be helpful. Not that they want to be helpful. They want to feel like they're helping people. They want to appear, or at least feel senior. They want to feel like they're good at the game, so they give this advice, but it's actually not helping anyone at all. Best way to get into Arknights is to completely ignore the community. That's what I did. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's do this. TR2. They've 100% updated the tile set of this. 100%. I'm not going crazy. Nobody new players don't have Wishadel. That's no. It's not about whether or not they have Wishadel. It's always about borrowing. It's like if you don't have Wishadel, just borrow Wishadel. It's always that. Or why do you think all of Kyostin V's guides, like low end guides, are just borrow Wishadel? Or sometimes like borrow Logos or Winnow or something like that, so it's just like it's not teaching. Ultimately, I can't stop new players. I can't stop new players from just looking up a guide, right? There's nothing I can do about that. I can upload a video that, wait, what? Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Cool. I can upload a video that teaches some people who are thinking about Arknights not to listen to them, not to listen to people who just say look up a guide, or not to listen to people who just say use Wizardel, and also maybe perhaps convinces veterans to not be fucking stupid in telling new players to just use Wizardel for everything. What's your opinion on the gacha tier list, specifically AK ones? It's fine to get a general idea of how strong an operator is, but don't follow it to the letter, right? Allow for some breathing room with tier lists. Like if one operator is rated like one tier above another operator in a tier list, or like a respected tier list at least, don't take that as that operator always being better than that operator. It's just like a general idea of like if one operator is in like A tier and another is in F, then you can be pretty sure that one is good, one is bad. But if you have like an A tier versus a B tier, that might not necessarily be accurate, right? There's a lot of nuance that gets missed with tier lists. It's fine for new players to like at a glance stuff, but anything deeper than that, don't use tier lists. Do not rely on tier lists for like hard, nuanced information. It's just like at a glance. because I'm not just gonna say like, oh, just don't use tier lists. That's stupid. Like forehead.
大丈夫です
I'm not gonna be able to stop people from using tier lists, but just don't take tier lists at face value. Just don't read into them too much, right? Metal's really okay as a Black Vanguard because for Metal to be a DP printer, you need one bag type E2 and then M3 on skill 1. You don't really, actually, to be honest, Forge. The thing with the Myrtle is, Myrtle is, when you have her at M3, it's 9 seconds between when you put her down and when her skill is up. With Bagpipe, that becomes 3. If you need to, if you are, you know, if your run being successful or not depends on 6 seconds at the start of whether or not Myrtle can get her skill up, your strategy is wrong. You just need to change your strategy, basically. It's like Myrtle is good because she allows you to think of DP not as a unnecessary constraint. Well, I'm sorry, not as a, like, she basically allows you to ignore the resource management of DP, right? DP is a resource you need to manage. The reason I take issue with so many people recommending Myrtle to new players is because they put down Myrtle and then they stop thinking of DP as a resource. They think of it as an unnecessary timer, like a secondary timer that they just have to get through, and Myrtle just sort of negates it. No, DP is a resource. You need to learn to manage the resource. You need to use real vanguards. That's why I don't like. That's why I think Myrtle is like a harmful thing to tell new players to use. Use Scavenger, use Fang, use Plume, use fucking Vigna. Use fucking Reed if you have to. Just
Please,
don't use
keep
Myrtle all
an
the time.
appropriate distance from me.
That's why I like merchants.
And actually, I'm sorry, I'm bouncing off that. That's also why you shouldn't tell new players to use J either. Because you tell a new player to use J and they see the cost -3 every 3 seconds. And they're like, what the fuck? Well, how am I supposed to do this? You should introduce J and merchants in general to new players at the same time that you introduce Myrtle. Because Myrtle is fine to use. You just need to learn how to manage DP first, right? Introduce merchants and Myrtle at the same time. You see the logic in what I'm trying to say there? You see the vision of that? I remember my experience asking people advice. First 6 hours Siege, and personally I found her awful and used Texas. People told me to raise Siege. I didn't regret it fully. Yeah, that's... Ugh. Why did they tell you to raise Siege? That's a really bad idea. Siege, good lord.
Just tell them to play IS2. IS2 is J propaganda.
When they have like a good roster of E2s, then yeah, IS2 is a really good idea. IS2 is a really, really good way of like having new players and, you know, get better at the game. But they need built units to do that. You can't just go in with a bunch of like Elite 1 4-stars. People need to think that the Vanguard role is to stabilize the game, not a DP generator only. Yes, yeah, that's a very good point. That's a good way of phrasing it as well. I'm gonna steal that. Actually, I'm literally gonna write that down. Actually, I'm gonna steal that from you. Stabilize early game, not just DP gen. Good, very good line. Wait, what am I doing here? Fuck. Everest, thank you for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I am kind of in dire need of money right now. I've said this before, but chatters aren't giving new streamers enough agency. New streamers. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, that's true. There are a bunch of new people that come through into the Arknights category, and then chatters will go in and just like try to prove how much they know about the game, and to try and sort of look really good, and it ends up doing harm. Yeah, no, yeah, it doesn't give the streamer enough agency to just learn the game and make. You need to give new players the space to make mistakes. That's another thing that's just occurred to me as a result of that message, Tesla. part of improving, part of learning how to play games is to make mistakes. You learn from mistakes. Veterans are trying to give advice to new players that prevents them making mistakes. Yes, that's good. I'm writing that down as well. Give new players space to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. Yes. Good. This is going to be a nuclear video. Korea sucks. I agree. Just use scavenger forehead. Channel specifies is borrowed. It's meant to be a downside, but a lot of people really don't really get the real idea of Vanguards. Hang on, wait. Main point of Vanguards is good stats for the cost and help you ramp up in the later game. I mean, I'm assuming you mean later stage. The whole point idea of flag bearers is that you're basically completely wasting a slot in stats, but you get pure DP production. Yeah, that's. I would agree with that. Yeah. And then Bagpipe comes along and just kind of negates the whole the downside of that. Which, and you can make the argument that Bagpipe is wasting another slot, but if you can do everything with like 4 or 5 slots, like, is it really wasting a slot? I think you need to comprehend what your ops can and can't do. I learned that Siege isn't that great comparatively because of the way stats work. I kind of played early game in year 1, so I feel. Yeah, it's important to get an idea of, like, the thing with 4 stars, right? The reason I'm keen on telling new players to just build 4 stars and 3 stars is because the whole point, like the whole structure of gacha games, is that the high rarity units not only compress many different roles into one, but they almost always allow you to just brute force your way through things without needing to consider the mechanics and stuff. And so if you tell new players to use 6 stars, you're teaching them just to brute force. Brute force is a completely fine and valid and fun, very often fun way to play the game. It's totally valid. It's totally fine to do that, as long as it's not your only strategy. If your only strategy is brute force, and then a mechanic comes along that prevents brute force, you're going to have a really bad time, and you're going to wonder why. You're going to think it's bullshit. You're going to think the game is bad. You're going to think it's like the design sucks. No, you just haven't learned how to not brute force. Pixel Trees is surprised to do this so base as a new player. I like watching Pixel Tree from time to time. His reactions to my videos are funny. I like his accent. So Vanguards, I feel the overvaluing of DP gen means a lot of people get pushed away from the utility they can bring otherwise. Yeah, that's another thing. Especially with, you know, like someone like Syla, who's a really, like, the 6-star flag bearer. She's really, really strong, but just gets overlooked all the time because why would you not just use Myrtle forehead? It's just stupid. And they're not entirely wrong, but it's just reductive. You know what I mean? I don't need Jessica. I pulled Meteor. Stupid game. Hi Viv, what's up? I think at this point in the game, taking a Bagpipe is a significant concession in terms of stats. Yes, but that so Skami, that implies that you need all 12 slots for the stats. At this point in the game, you also don't need all 12 slots in the squad, like 90% of the time. So it's not really a concession. And yeah, that one guy says makes a good point as well. Like Syla has really, really good utility that you just don't need because you have so many others. Like if you're just spamming all the 6 stars and just like using tons of really broken units. Jasul, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. We're gonna get a crash out session on the new video coming by. No. I'll probably yell a bit, but the crash out, no. Like that, if I just crash out power creep, I just have to get more and more deranged every single video.
シュッと
Right.
動かないで
OK
Should be right. Yeah, you're fine.
とどめよ目標出現戦闘準備を
You have no backseating and ruining game for others' problems if
手加減はし
they're
ま
not
せんよ
friends. Wait, what? Yeah. Backseating is insanely present in all streamers I've watched. Yeah, it's a problem. It's not just Dark Knight though. It's even worse for like
とどめよ
based on like from the Elden Ring streams I've seen. Like holy shit. But no, actually, you know what's worse? You know what the worst game is for backseating that I've ever seen is Path of Exile. Holy mother of God. It's like, if you're not using this specific build, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're bad, you suck. Like, holy shit.
自分の力で皆さんを守れましたか
And yeah, MMOs as well are really bad for it.
おかえりドクター
Daddy, doctor. Yep, we gotta do this. Do you like my car? Woo! Look at this. Can't compare to Undertale back. Oh yeah, no, actually you're right. No, I take that back. No, yeah, the worst examples I've seen are absolutely. Yeah, you're right, Tonyo. Undertale. Holy shit. There was no a game that just doesn't need backseating at all, but because people were like insisted that you needed to play it a certain ways. Like no, you know what's funny? Like what's really funny is right. Back when it released, I watched Markiplier play through it. This was back in like, what, 2016? Something like that? It was a long ass time ago. I watched Markiplier play through it. He didn't do either of the, the endings. He just would like play through it normally and deliberately chose like options that his chat weren't telling him to do. Specifically to make the point that it was like, nope, I don't care. And his chat was like, no, what are you doing? You didn't choose the option. You didn't go to the ending. No. And he was just like, well, I don't care. I'm playing it my way. I'm playing it the way I want to. This is my playthrough. Don't tell me what to do. And I was like, that just like sent my impression of Markiplier like through the roof. I was like, that's good. I'm glad that someone like this is someone that young people are watching. It was really, really good. Really, really good decision. I do like Markiplier, even if his content's not for me. TR4. Speaking of Vanguards, by the way. Even operations from the same class may have different capabilities. As a Vanguard, Bloom has a low deployment cost as well as a balanced attack and defense. However, she can only block one enemy unit. She can recover additional cost when defeating an enemy, making her a good choice for early game. Deploy with Plume to stop the enemy's initial rush.
Ready for O. Keep your guard up.
All enemy troops are coming. Plume alone cannot block all of them. Fortunately, Vanguard Fang has arrived. Low deployment cost, but unlike Plume, Fang has a lower attack and high defense. She can block 2 enemies at the same time. Her ability can also provide lots of cost periodically, which will be ideal for the subsequent deployment of other operators.
In position.
See? Good. It teaches you that chargers are offensive. Pioneers are defensive. Teaches you about different types of Vanguard. Teaches you that they're not. And does it teach you? I guess it doesn't really teach you that Vanguards are like about what was it we said? Like mitigate. Like yes, it's not. It doesn't really teach you that it's about stabilizing early game. It teaches you about the DP cost role of it. Well, whatever. We'll see. Flags didn't exist when they made this. No, but they can change tutorials. They can adjust tutorials to as needed. Right? I see no reason why this tutorial couldn't have just been adjusted. You know, but again, it's TR4. It's not that big a deal. It does also say this is like about the importance of blocking as well. Block count. 05. This is where you get Plume. Let's make a note of that. TR5. No, TR4. Bang.
出発の時間ですよ。
Plume.
準備はいいですか?
Tutorial. Doesn't really teach role of vanguards to handle early game. Just EP and block. Vanguards are so good, why aren't there cars over truck guards yet? Good point. Game teaching you not to use Myrtle, you can't believe Hypergriff wants to permanently damage your account. Just update the tutorial to explicitly teach about operator branches. I mean, to be fair, it does kind of do that already. It did say that there are, you know, within the same class there are different roles. You know, it talked about how Plume is the offensive and Fang is the more defensive. It didn't specifically say subclass, but it did say that, you know, within the same class there are different roles. So I think that's fair enough, yeah. But that, it does kind of depend on the player reading, which is a bold assumption to make. Like a bit too advanced for newbies. It's not even that they're like too advanced for newbies. It's just not necessary for newbies. You know what I mean? It's arguably even detrimental for newbies, because if you tell newbies to use flag bearers, then you know they're not learning about DP as a resource. They're not learning about the management that you need to do with DP. And that's harmful. Oh, hello? Why is it all on that side? Oh, there's not even anything coming from this side. I thought, I'm thinking of the other stage. There's a stage after this with the second red box over there. I was just assuming it was that one. Whatever, it's fine. Force new players to use flag bearer S2s. That's not a bad idea, actually. Force new players to use Myrtle skill 2. It's like, some units compress rolls. Myrtle skill 2 generates DP while also healing. Try and use it. And then everyone just builds Myrtle S2. This is how we do it. Yes. Yeah, see what I mean? Look, there's another red box there. I thought it was this one. Branch tutorials. Give us an up from branch to show off some use cases. No, because even within subclasses, there are different roles. Surta and Viviana have different roles. Surta, Viviana, and Siege Alter all have different roles. This is a good brainwash. I can see this getting stuck in my head for weeks. Remember told me to get more now because it's so OP. I was struggling a lot before I got him. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing, exactly the kind of scenario I'm talking about, where if you're struggling, oh yeah, just like get mine arm. Okay, makes it easier. But like it doesn't. It's like it's unhelpful advice. Like there's no shame in like using a guide if you're stuck, right? There's if you're if you are making an effort to learn and exposing trying to expose yourself to new strategies, exposing yourself to the gameplay and the way it wants you to play. If you're still stuck, there's no shame in using a guide there. It's just a matter of if you've attempted it for real first. You know what I mean?
おかえりドクター。
You know what I like? This is a really, really minor thing to mention, but when I was like, so I tried out this new gacha game that's, some of you might have heard of Silver and Blood that's come out recently. It's kind of an more AFK gacha game. I tried that out recently. I went in the gacha, I pulled 3 SSRs in the same temple, but I couldn't screenshot it because it would force me to, like, there was a big pointing symbol at the back button because it was forcing me into a tutorial. And it was like, no, you are going to click this button, you're going to go here, you're going to go here. With this, I mean, it's kind of, all gacha games do that to an extent, but with this, it didn't force me to use the skill summary. Some games will make you do that, which is bullshit. But thankfully, Arknights doesn't force you to use the skill summary if you don't want to. Thank you for like just having that courtesy, like letting me choose. Like, okay, go here. This is how you do it, and then it's just hands off. It lets you decide whether or not you actually want to. Good, thank you. Wizardel when? Right now. It's not. Shit game. I'm gonna TR5 to borrow Wizardel. This is dog shit. Would have bricked Amiga for my niche. It's for niche nights. I'm not gonna lie. I'm slowly becoming of the opinion that niche nights is not something. Well, I say slowly. I'm already of the opinion of it, to be honest. Niche nights is just not something that Hypergriff should consider in their operator designs. I used to be strongly of that opinion, but I don't think it is I don't think it's true anymore. I think they just need to design operators that, they just need, like, niche nights needs to just not be a consideration. Niche night is a self-imposed challenge, and so asking Hypergriff to, or sorry, not even asking, hoping for Hypergriff to cater to that self-imposed challenge is unreasonable. Is what I'm of the opinion of now. Message retracted. No way. Gonna also hate faction talent since Abyssal Hunters. Oh yeah, they totally. Yeah, by the way, they totally bricked the like faction niches, like Kazimierz. The Kazimierz niche, which was previously like Moinar and like the Nerl family and operators like Meteor, Gravel, Platinum. Now they have Viviana and Degenbrecher and Fang and what the fuck? They just completely bricked all the faction niches. Kazimierz is like, as if it wasn't already washed with Moina. It's completely washed now. It's completely dead. Yeah. Why is Degenbrecher Kazimierz? Because she's the Blood Knight. She was the Blood Knight for like 3 years. Wait, no, don't do that. Deploy Fang. Okay, no, it is teaching you. It does teach you about this. Deploy Fang to hold off the first wave of enemies. It does teach you that. Okay. That's a new thingy. I haven't seen that before. Little diamond. I see. The enemy is wearing heavy armor and has high defense, so physical attacks can't do much damage to him. You weren't even aware of that? No, I just didn't know the enemy's actual attributes. So they are self-aware of this. This is a shitty attribute system, just replacing it with letters. Art attacks to penetrate the enemy's armor, yes.
Okay, I'll do it.
Wasn't all Blood Knight in his hands. Well, it's not that. It's like Degenbrecher was like the Kazimierz Major champion for like 3 years running. I didn't put a medic down. Whatever. No, sorry. Did I say Blood Knight? I meant Black Knight. My bad.
作戦目標予定通り完遂しました
And as in Dagonbreaker was the Black Knight. That was her title in Kazimierz, her knight title. That's what I meant. That's what I'm trying to say, not Blood Knight. That's what I got them confused. So yeah, like I don't know. It's not on EN yet. It's not on global, but on the CN server, Dagonbreaker will be activated. So Moinar's talent will activate on Dagonbreaker. Like she is considered as part of the Kazimierz niche for Moinar's talent. It's like a secondary niche, secondary faction update, like a silent update that just got added out of nowhere in the server. So like you have things like Perfumer is considered Minos now as well for like Palace's buff, stuff like that. What is what the fuck? What am I listening to, bro? Hey Tabo, I'm new here. Hello, loved your editing and scripting for the video. Thank you for doing those videos about Enfield. Good motivation for me to come... Don't cut that off. Good motivation for me to create my own video about it. I am excited for the game, but very concerned as well. I'll be following your content either way. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad I could motivate you into doing something, into making your own video about it.
Come.
Thank you for the calm. All right, no.
Come
Come.
I'm leaving this on. Fuck it, dude. This is fire. Gonna put on Discord directly how many people have how many of the new people have seen the cum pizza? I am not elaborating on the cum pizza. God fuck. You do not need to traumatize the new people. Okay, we've unlocked support units now. Wizardell! I can borrow Wizardell! Let's go! Okay, let's not do that. What? God fucking... Oops, no. I'm not elaborating. I'm not elaborating. It's don't oops. No, didn't mean to get that. Don't worry about it. Just let it exist in the past. It's not a thing.
Check Discord if you're
No,
curious.
don't fucking. God damn it. Yeah, that's the speed run with Whistle percent. It's just fastest percent to just be brain rotted. How fast can you get Whistle in the squad? Okay, that's enough of that. I can't handle that anymore. I'm sorry. You want Whistle kind of strong? I don't know, dude. S2 Whistle is like is really strong. Yeah. Oh god.
Just for context, Tobo never ate this so-called cum pizza that was gifted to him by his good friend and fellow Arknight Sirs Erevin.
I hate you so much. God. Level 2, let's go. I'm so good. With just 3 of the turrets is fucking strong. Yeah, it's like Whistle's skill 1 and skill 2 are already really strong. Like if Whistle's skill 1 and skill 2 and then her skill 3 was just like a different skill. if it was just those, she would already be really, really strong. But because skill 3 is just that strong, it's just like they get overshadowed. Let's go. Go ahead, request Eldritch. This fucking horse game has been absolutely like rotting my brain. Oh my fucking god! Why is Uma Musume so fucking good?
Snipers under Wisadel in SSS, she just stun locks everyone and doesn't do any damage.
That's really
Please,
funny.
keep an appropriate distance from me.
If S3 wasn't so stupid, I would probably build my Wisadel just cause of that skin that got shown.
Yeah. Okay. I will give her that. The Wisadel skin is really good. It's really, really good. Much better than the default. Don't even have Hodor to take advantage of skin stun. Joke ruined it so much. Point and laugh. Wisadel 2. Imagine we had this keyword and we forgot what the keyword was used for. Lazy Alter will also be a new unit that's basically immortal for half the time. Just take off a contrail effect. Yeah, I can't lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I do not care in the slightest how strong Lazy Alter is or how weak Lazy Alter is. She is getting maxed. She is getting level 90 M9 mod 3 immediately. Holy shit! I haven't been so excited for an operator in a long ass time. Pot 6? No, I'm not pulling for pots anymore. I don't do that. I've been traumatized by Viviana. I don't pull for pots anymore.
This is the place.
Got it. Everyone, get ready for battle.
Result S3 and mod are just insult to injury. I think so. To me, I can't lie. The module isn't really the issue to me. I don't really care that much about her module. It's the skill 3. It's entirely the skill 3 and the camouflage that her summons give her. Because like there's a lot of attention to detail in Wisadel's kit, right? There's a lot. Like for example, the summons that they all have the same skill. It's just like 5 SP and it takes 5 SP and then they'll fire something and then they gain a random number of SP back so that they don't all fire at the same time and waste their individual stuns. The fact that they get a random number of SP back each time means the stun is much more, you know, they fire at different times, making the stun more effective on each one. It's a really, really high attention to detail. They pull out all the stops in making a kit. But why the fuck does she have unconditional camouflage? Well, not unconditional, it's conditional on the turrets being next to her, but like, why does she get camouflage from being next to a turret, being next to a summon, as well as completely ignoring her subclass's trait, the very thing that makes flingers? Why does she just completely ignore it on S3? There's so many things that just add up to her being complete bullshit. It's like no. It's one guy. It's not even about intentional design to sell. Like the fact that she gets random SP, like the summons get a random amount of SP back after firing that's not good. Like whether they do that or not is not going to sell her, right? The reason they've done that is because they've deliberately made her a completely ridiculously strong operator. They knew exactly what they were doing. They made her completely busted. They made her deliberately extremely easy to use, right? They deliberately made her extremely easy to use because they knew that's like what her purpose is. The purpose, like Wisadel's purpose, is to be the most easy unit to use possible for players. Like, you know, it's basically like a kind of once and for all. All right, like if even fucking like Degenbrecher and Moinar are not good enough for you, if even they are not like liberating you from the need for guides. Fine, here it is. Here's Wisadel. Here you go. Here's your ultimate. It's the ultimate, like, last hurrah. It's the ultimate thing that anyone, like, if you have Whistledale, you do not need guides forevermore. And yet, low-end guides still exist and are still used in by a significant amount of the player base. Whistledale was a mistake. That's the purpose she serves. That's why the SP thing is there, because they put all that attention to detail in her design because they wanted to make her deliberately extremely easy to use. Very, very effective for no, like, thought, no, like, effort required on the player's part. That's the whole purpose. Players just want the rewards. Yeah, exactly. But, like, Whistledale already does it. That's the thing. Whistledale already allows the player to just not think and get the rewards. But yet, you still have players who have that just win button in the game, but they don't, like, it's not like players are using Whistledale and still losing. It's because they just go to the guide in the first place. They've been conditioned to just go straight to the guide without even attempting the stage. That's what the players are doing in those low-end guides. They're not even attempting it. They're just going straight to the guide, because they've been conditioned to become dependent on it. That's the state of the Arknights player base. Should have gone to Tallulah and not the mid character, not gonna lie. Very good point. Excellent. I agree with that. I think it's appropriate for Whistledale to be super hard to hit as a ranged unit. Even hitting air is like kind of whatever. She just has numbers that are too big. No. I think the fact that she can hit air is ridiculous. Like, you can make the argument that, you know, it would feel kind of weird for Whistledale's kit, for Whistledale, you know, having the big cannon and not being able to hit the drones. You could make the argument that it would feel kind of weird. But I think, I nonetheless think it's just bullshit. Like, there were only 2 flingers in the game. Well, you can, Terror Research Commission, I guess. There were only 2, like, the flingers that existed in the game before that. It was widely accepted in the community that flingers don't hit air. But then they made Whistledale be able to hit air. For just, no one asked for that. No one, not a single person complained that flingers couldn't hit air. They understood that that was like the whole point of the archetype. But then they just threw it out the window for Whistledale. It's bullshit. Like, auto deploy. Shit game. Uninstalling. Yeah, this fun button out of my game. That was teaching you about the deployment cost. That's it? Okay. That's the thing. That's another thing I need to write it down. What stage is this? This is 0-8, so about all the point. Yeah, because it was not about auto deploy. It teaches you that, it told you that some operators have high deployment costs. So read every line of tutorial it shows you. There is important information in many of them, and you will probably get stuck later on by missing some of them. Responses can hit air cancel thanks to Contrail, but that's like a process you have to go through. You have to deploy Contrail and activate a skill at the right time, and then use Rockmonster's skill, and it's janky. It's a whole process you have to go through. Whistledale just hits air for the sake of it. How would you feel if she could hit air units but not target them? That I would accept. Easy freezy. I would totally accept splash damage hitting air. The fact that she can target air is what's bullshit, I think.
私が留守の間はくれぐれも身の安全にお気をつけください。
To your AoE. Okay.
獲物が見えるぞ。作戦開始じゃ。
了解。
Does hit but not target flying units off skill is not a hypothetical. I'm talking about, yeah, but the point was like on skill, right? Like the sentiment was pretty clear. That's kind of, you know, that's being pedantic about it. Like the fact that she can hit aerial units off skill but not target them is totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. It should stay like that on skill 3. The fact that she targets air on skill 3, not a counter to what you say. Oh, okay. Like, I'm totally fine with her. Wait, hang on a minute. I'm totally fine with the fact that she can hit air units with the splash damage and just not target them. It's just the fact that she targets air on skill 3 is what really bugs me.
了解しました。
了解しました。
貫く。
よいしょっと。めんどくさい。
みんな、私に続け。
Remember that duelist defenders exist? What's the point? What point are you making there? Attack deal 2 instances of physical damage to ground enemies in a small area. Summon deals arts in a large area attack.
なんとなくここに来たってわけなんだ。私の天敵もここにいるって聞いてな。当然の勝利。
So the reason I can accept that she hits aerial units off skill with the splash damage is because the skill description is attacks deal physical damage to ground enemies, but you can make the argument that that's just it's if as long as she's only targeting ground enemies, then that description can still be kind of made sense. You can allow it that kind of liberty, as if it's still, if the splash damage is still doing, damaging aerial units. But it's become significantly harder to allow that liberty when she's targeting air. Hey Alex, what's up? No, but I didn't forget cement. I'm just trying to asking what point was being made with the duelist defenders thing. They're among one of the forgotten branches out there. I just randomly remembered Unectes being a thing. Oh, I use cement. Well, I don't use cement all the time, but yeah, duelist. I think I have all of them built actually. That reminds me, I need to build fucking. No wait, I already did. What am I saying? Unectes for the RA module. Who am I thinking of? Who do I need to build? Crown Slayer. I'm stupid. Okay, let's add lava into the squad. Who do I not really need? I don't really need rangers.
チームワークなんて他の奴らがヘマしなきゃ。できれば地面に穴を掘ってシェルターに。
Oh, you were. Oh, okay. No, I see what you mean, Blue. Okay, my bad. I'm just glad passenger's fun to use. I always, yeah, passenger. It's gonna be hard to top how much fun passenger is a design. But having read Lacy Alta's kit, I think Lacy Alta could come close. Holy shit. Hail Saint Tontas, we will be there at launch day 1. Arcanite Elitis hear us out, and we will turn it into Woowa. Now jokes aside, we'll be there when Saint's going to speak. Wait, what? You have a Saint profile picture. What are you? Are you joking, or are you just shitposting? I can't tell if you're serious or not. Whatever, anyway. You see Saint's reaction? Yeah, I did. It was dog shit.
任せね。私たちにお任せください。承知しております。
I need some DP, please. DP.
貫く。
遠いよ。
Should be right, yeah. Yokai.
貫く。
私の目をごまかせると思うな。目を覚ましてください。了解。動かないで。
Definitely a better way to do this. I didn't need the... No, that's what I did wrong. I don't need the AoE on this side. I needed more AoE on that side because that's where all the slugs are. Am I wrong? Were there slugs coming this? I don't know, whatever. No big deal.
動かないで。
Busy animus, read altar in the shop. I'm pissed. Oh, rip. It's alright. There'll be opportunity. There'll be opportunities to get read later in the future. It will be fine.
私できました。自分の力で。
As someone who does go to guides, low end 2 is just to see them map. I don't want to waste lose around to see enemies' path, route tricks, then I use my own flip and how to clear. Can't say for all. So, Ellie. So, I don't really think that's necessary because all you're really losing, like the reason, you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you go into a stage and you either lose it for the first time or back out for the first time, it doesn't consume any sanity. Like you get the full sanity refund the first time you try a stage. That's what that's for. You shouldn't need to look up a guide to do that. Right? That's what that's for. And if you lose a stage, you only lose one, like after that, you only lose one sanity. If you are that hyper focused, if like losing one sanity per loss is that big of a deal, you are being governed by FOMO and there's a bigger problem at hand. Right? So no, I don't think it is valid to look up a guide just to see what the enemy pathing is, because that's what the full refund on the first try is. That's what that's for. And no, you shouldn't have the expectation to just be able to clear a stage on the first try. Like you should be able, yeah, I think people need to learn to be okay with failing a stage and learning from mistakes. And yeah, you have practice plans. You have practice plans. Yes, of course. What am I saying? That's literally what that's for. Hang on, where is it? Passengers, genuinely great character gameplay wise, even more fun on IS5 because the hand relic in ways S3 works. Yeah, dude, ever since IS2, I've been like a hand of diffusion, hand of undulation, like prophet. Not prophet, preacher, I guess. It's like the most fun way to play the game. My god, it's so much fun. I see how later Alta performs. I just love how Aura farms. Yeah, it's really cool. Let me try the game, but first answer this question. How is the gearing system? Is it RNG based like Genshin and Woo? Oh my god, dude. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. Nello, okay. There is no RNG gear. There is no gear in this game. The only gear is modules, and they're like an endgame thing, and even those aren't RNG. There's no like rolling. There are no artifacts, no gear to equip, nothing like that. There's no RNG stats, nothing. You don't need to worry about any of that. No relics at all. It's not that kind of game. You build a unit. You just get fucking shut up, Amina. Let me show you, right? You have two promotion things. You have Elite 0, Elite 1, and Elite 2. With which you know, Elite 0, you have skill 1. Elite 1, you have skill 2. And then for 6 stars at Elite 2, you have skill 3. And then when you get to a certain level, you unlock this module. You unlock this module, right? This unlocks it. That module unlocks at Elite 2, and you get to a certain level, and you can do that. This gives some operators, it modifies their talent a little bit, and gives them extra stats. That's it. That is the entire extent of gear in this game, is this module. Even in Enfield, right? Even in Enfield, the gear isn't, well, I don't know if they'll change it from the beta. I bloody well hope they don't. But in its beta state, even the gear, like the gear sets that you know, that sort of you would think would, you know, they could have taken the easy way out and just had RNG substats on the gear, like the chest plate, the other things. I can't remember what the different gear pieces were, but like there's 4 pieces of gear and the 3-piece gives you like a bonus, you know, the set bonus and stuff like that. They are all deterministic. They are all that you craft it in the gear, you craft it in the factory, like thing, and you get the gear. That's it. There's no RNG there. The only RNG in Enfield gear is there's 1 piece. It's called an essence. You put it on the weapon because weapons have different talents, and the talent will upgrade depending on, like, you know, the piece of gear you put on it. It's 1 single piece of gear that has RNG in it in Enfield. That's it. It's not like you have to farm sets. It's 1 piece. That's it in Enfield. That's what these developers. That's what Hypergriff is. You know, that's their design philosophy, right? There, like in Arknights, there is no RNG gear you have to farm for. The difference in Arknights is that you have a shitload of operators. It encourages you to build horizontally rather than vertically into like 1 character. You have a ton of operators, and it strongly encourages you to build lots of operators. Well, not too many, obviously, but yeah, it like encourages you to build lots of options, right? There's no RNG gear for that reason. It's just loads of characters. Anyway, good. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing these one at a time because I want to see like if I'm hoping at least to see where specific ones unlock, because I know that there's, for example, no wait, I'm thinking of the pinball missions, not the campaign missions. I know in the pinball missions, can I just look at this? Resource missions. Oh, I see it. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. That's what I was looking for. I don't need to do that at all. Yeah, it's so Texas at phase 8. Is what I was looking for. But I don't remember what the specific missions are. I know one of them for phase 8 is promoting an operator to Elite 2, I think. Show me your IS2 chaincaster. Did I get into the NTE beta? No, I didn't. Even Tectone would be there. Why that guy wouldn't be? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know about. I honestly kind of don't know about Tectone anymore. Tectone, I don't know if any of you have seen Tectone's recent content, but he is very, very clearly moving away from gacha content. He is making a very clear and loud and clear move away from it. He is moving towards general drama and beef with, you know, other streamers. He wants to distance himself from gacha, and he's still making gacha content because he can't do that immediately, obviously, but he's very clearly trying to follow Asmongold, basically. Where Asmongold isn't really a World of Warcraft streamer anymore. He's just like general React dandy. The Tectone is quite clearly trying to move in that direction. I shit you not, I will not touch any game that have similar gearing system to Genshin and that bullshit, even if the game have DMC level combat. Well, I mean, that's Wuwa. That's literally, you have just described Wuwa, like, to the letter. Do you play Wuwa?
Everyone, let's play!
The RNG bullshit problem. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, like he's saying, I assure you not, I will not touch any game that have similar gearing system to Genshin and that bullshit, even if the game have DM stable or combat. Wuwa has much more, fluid, polished action, action game combat, but it also has all the same bullshit, RNG gear bullshit that Genshin has. So he's literally describing, I will not play, then describes Wuwa. You covered NTE today, though? Yeah, no, that's what I mean. He's still covering gacha at the moment. Actually, no, to be honest, I'll take it back. So I think he will still cover gacha like for the foreseeable future. But only in the same way that Asmund still covers World of Warcraft from time to time, right? That's the clear route he's trying to take. He wants to be what Asmongold is to World of Warcraft. He wants to be to gacha games what Asmongold is to World of Warcraft. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Where he is quite clearly moved beyond World of Warcraft, but still engages with World of Warcraft. But just not really like in depth like he did before. No, didn't do that. Probably shouldn't have put it there, should I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was dumb. Wasn't really paying attention. You Tectone would be saying Tontas? No. You know why? Well, you know why, Average? Because Tectone can actually provide interesting gameplay takes. I'll say no more. I think I count the single player games in Steam Library, then go back to. I play Wuwa if I had the time. Wait, hang on. Oh, I play Wuwa if I had time. Genshin really traumatized me. I've tried it. It's not really worth it. Like I tried playing Wuwa. Like all the Wuwa footage you see in the most recent video I did. All that footage is like. Okay. All of it's mine. Wuwa's just not. It's just not that good. Like, I think it's better than Genshin, but it's just like, that's not exactly a high bar to clear. It's just not that fun. Like, the combat, I think the only thing that I can praise, really, about Wuwa is the combat. Like, the combat's pretty good, but, like, that's kind of it. Cartesia NSFW. Thanks for the follow, I think. Come on, timing. Fuck it up. After the stream, I failed the tutorial. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. Thank you for the fart reverb, Kyo. How was the current event? I feel bad because I brute forced everything with the Abyss on. Oh, you mean Hear People Sows? The rerun event that's going on? That was just from last year. You don't have to, like, if you like brute forcing it with the Abyss on, you don't have to feel bad about that. We were still a Genshin copy, but with better movement and combat. That's all for me. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think anyone that thinks
I am only me.
That Albi guy, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Anyone that thinks Wuwa isn't a Genshin clone is deluding themselves. But like there are enough differences from Wuwa, like between Wuwa and Genshin that you can argue that clone isn't the right word to use, but that's kind of like pedantry, you know what I mean?
I'm listening.
Like, I think the only real difference between Genshin and Wuwa is its combat, really. Like, they have different combat systems. The rest is, like, basically the same. You can argue that with 2.0, Wuwa's introducing flying and stuff, that's kind of different, but, like, who cares? It's just, like, yeah, it made getting around the world more convenient, but if that's, like, the only deal breaker, then I'm sorry, but you just don't like open world games and you shouldn't be playing them in the first place. Like, you don't see people going into Breath of the Wild and being like, oh, why can't I just, like, fly around at will by jumping off the ledge? This is bullshit. No, just shut the fuck up.
Take aim.
Breath of the Wild sucks? You suck. How dare you? Breath of the Wild is, like, one of the best games ever made. What do you mean?
Here I am.
We'll talk about Breath of the Wild bomb booster. Okay, well that's different though, isn't it? I know about the bomb booster, dude. The Wuba Genshin rivalry has to be studied. No, you don't have to study it because I can tell you exactly where it comes from. It's the fact that Wuba's player base is 99% disgruntled Genshin players. That's it. Holy first message. Wait, what? It's not really okay. You say it's not really as simple as that, Kartethia. Why do you say it's not as simple as that? I would like you to elaborate on that.
Nintendo, I started Tears of the Kingdom. Where is my blueprint for hoverbites? What do you want me to do?
Walk around like a peasant? What do you mean I have to walk around in Breath of the Wild? This is bullshit. Where are the dailies? Where's the gacha currency in Breath of the Wild? When do I get to pull for the white-haired lady in Kakariko Village? The white-haired girl. I've forgotten her name. The one that lives with the old lady. Why can't I? Oh, it's been added. Sybil, that's already an emote. I think. Yeah, it is, yeah. The biggest difference is that Wooba Boob's move, as Toba would say, cinema. I mean, that's not... okay, sorry, no. If Wooba's boob jiggle physics are enough of a reason for to differentiate, then this entire space is just absolutely fucking cooked. But I say that, I say if. Of course it's already cooked. The breakable weapons? No. CJ, I'm glad you brought that up, right? If Breath of the Wild's weapons weren't breakable, it would completely ruin the game. I'll explain why. If Breath of the Wild didn't have breakable weapons, people wouldn't explore. They would just go to where the strongest weapons are. And then try and and I quote, this is the quote that you say all the time, they would optimize the fun out of the game. Breath of the Wild wants you to explore and just like wander around. It wants you to climb over a mountain and see, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? And then mark them on the map and go to them later. If you can't break weapons, that becomes, you get a strong weapon and then you just have no incentive to explore anymore. They want you to, they break the weapons because they want you to actively be exploring and finding new weapons. Without the breakable weapons, the game just falls apart. It needs breakable weapons to function. My brother, whose opinions on games I respect a lot, didn't like Breath of the Wild because there's a tremendous amount of traversal time where there is absolutely nothing present and no thought required. That's only the case if you are playing in a way that the game doesn't want you to play. It doesn't want you to just go from A to B, like really far away, and not look at anything else in between. It wants you to be diverted. It wants you to get, to see something on the way and like take a not shortcut, but like take a little detour, right? It wants you to take those detours and explore. So in that respect, I don't necessarily agree. But nonetheless, I do think Tears of the Kingdom semi-addresses that by like giving you like a lot of agency with the crafting, like the way you can craft vehicles and stuff. It's a shitty feel-bad mechanic and it makes the game bad. I want to do cool boss fights and explore the dungeons. Well, that's it. Sorry, no, CJ, that's a you problem. I'm sorry. That's not an opinion I can get behind. Can't do that. My sword breaks every 3 hits and I have to go into a menu. No, The game falls apart. The game falls apart if weapons break. Like you are that. This is an emotional reaction. Not to say that it's invalid to have this reaction, but the game does fundamentally fall apart if weapons break. I mean, if weapons don't break. Like if you just want to do the cool boss fights and explore dungeons, like you're going into the game with unreasonable expectations. That's I consider the artist's intent, the game developer's intent, and the game developer's vision to be paramount. If someone wants to goes in the Breath of the Wild and says, I just want to do the boss fights and do like hit cool, like go in, do the combat, do boss fights and hit things and do people. No, that's wrong. Like you go into the game and you respect what the developers want you to do. So no, I can't get behind that. Even keeping in mind, though, it's not really that engaging to go and divert and see a tree that you harvest an insignificant apple from, or a random enemy with nothing in it, or a random chest with 20 rupees or whatever. I think, okay, so Scummy, I don't agree with that either. Because if absolutely everything that you go and explore, if absolutely every detour you go and make has some really interesting thing there, then the majority of it stops being interesting. The stuff that you find that is interesting is that much more interesting because there's some of it is just stuff like 20 rupees. It needs stuff like that. It's the same logic behind there needs to be bad characters in a gacha pool. Not every character can be good. It's the same logic behind that some cards in MTG have to be not that good. Like not every card can be really strong, or like not every card can be viable. Stuff like that, right? Some of it has to be not that interesting. Bro goes into a gay bar to get some pussy. Wait, what? Oh wait, no. Okay, no. I see what you mean. Yeah, he a little confused, but he got the spirit. Okay. If they made a TFM with IS bosses, it would be fun to use that mode to test other game modes bosses in normal condition scenarios. You know what I think, actually, Ventus, in YouTube chat? I think they should, now that they've put a TFM with IS bosses, I think they should have Paradox Sims with IS bosses. So that they can make Passengers Paradox Sim, an IS boss, with an IS stage with a God Hand, and just... Anyway. Brain rot. Have you played other HD IPs? Extra? I've got X Asterisk on my phone, and I've played the Popucom demo, but I haven't played the full game yet. I don't think that expectation is unreasonable, given Breath of the Wild is a Zelda game, and the other Zelda games have worked, but outside of the connection to the series, I agree. Okay, so I kind of get what you mean, Olarind, but still, my main point stands. The bad cards in MTG article is way more than MTG specific than general game card design thing. No, but the sentiment applies. The sentiment of what I'm trying to say applies. Yeah, I know that bad cards in MTG thing is specific to MTG, but you know what I'm trying to say. The open world exploration experience comes down to going up to a mechanism in the world and interacting with it. How well exploration is done is more about how well it's able to nudge you or bring your attention upon other interactable parts of the world. Wuwa does that worse, sure, but you have to consider the fact that exploration can be a non-central part of the game. If the player just wants to play Wuthering Waves for its story and not combat exclusively, which a lot of people do, they would see exploration as a chore. If that's the case, why did they make it an open world exploration game? Games are a series of interconnected systems. If they didn't want open world exploration to be a major part of the game, why did they make it an open world exploration game? I kind of have to disagree with you on this one. If it was like open zone with seamless transitions, like Endfield is, you might have a point. But they fundamentally made Wuwa an open world exploration game. If they didn't want open world exploration to be a fundamental part of it, why did they make it open world exploration? I just don't buy that argument. The IS Travel Navigator has God Hand as one of the buffs. 70% chance to score 1 skill points. Each damage dealt to a unit by a magician or special operator, so caster or specialist, a 70% chance to recover 1 skill point. If there are no friendly units in the adjacent floor grid, the attack speed is increased by 40. No way, dude. It's like a bootleg God Hand, but it still works. Holy shit, no way. I'm very excited for this. I like the Majora's Mask is basically a Zelda game that works like Shenmue. I haven't played the Majora's Mask, actually. The MTG card design is that most shite cards are actually designed for draft, which is a format where people draft cards and boosters from a contained set. Although most cards in a set will suck, those cards exist just for the draft format. Well, okay, right. So there's context to it, but like the sentiment, you know what the sentiment of what I'm trying to say is, right? That like that. If you make everything special, then nothing is special. There has to be some mundanity baked into it. Then I guess Hand of Undulation, Hand of Diffusion is like where Chaincasters and some other classes, when they damage an enemy, when they hit an enemy, they gain 2 SP for each enemy hit. It makes Passenger go crazy. I'm just saying they're making it easier for the people who don't care about it being in an open world game. That's exactly what I take issue with, though, Cartethia. That's exactly what I take issue with it. Like, if you like, the whole point I've been making about like with the game, the video I just recently made, like, the whole point was that why do people play games they don't want to play? This only exists in gacha games. People insist on playing games they don't like playing. If someone doesn't like open world exploration, don't fucking play an open world exploration game. It should not be on the developers to make it easier, to make it more convenient for you to do open world exploration in an open world exploration game because you don't like open world exploration. It's bullshit. Right? That's the whole point of the fucking video. You know what I mean? Like, do you at least understand, like, the point I'm trying to make there? Like, I think the very fact that Kuro has introduced all this, like, stuff to make open world exploration more convenient is really damaging to gacha games as a whole, because it's given gacha gamers this expectation that devs listened, they made it more convenient. No, shut now, because now they're going to take that expectation into all the every other gacha game and be like, well, the Kuro games listen to us, so you should listen too, and you should, like, because your competition is listening to. No, it's damaging because it's like it's not. There's no integrity in the game design. Kuro has an identity crisis. Kuro just fucking does whatever because they clearly don't have any confidence in their own product. They made the CBT. They had a story where the characters were actually, they had teeth. They had personalities. They were mistrusting of you, and then gacha gamers who are giant fucking pussies were like, I don't like that actually. They should just glaze me and suck my dick and be my wife. No, shut the fuck up. And then Kuro was like, oh yeah, we're sorry actually. And then it's changed 90% of the story. And now Wua had a disastrous launch. Its story is dog shit. And then they had to wait until 2.0 to recover from it. And now it's stupid. Kuro just didn't have any confidence in their own product. They wanted to make a Genshin clone. They made the Genshin clone. And now they've just got this. They've got a player base full of disgruntled Genshin players, and people wonder why Genshin versus Wua exists as a rivalry. It's stupid. Wua is just fucking hell. The character writing had teeth. Is what I meant to say. Nobody would say Breath of the Wild would be exactly as good as if your character did overworld traversal 1/10 as fast and it took 30 minutes to get from anywhere meaningful to anyone else. If you accept that, you accept it's okay to say the game would be benefited from having more filled out open world or whatever. That removes a lot of. That's kind of reductive scamming, I think, because if overworld traversal is 1/10 as fast, then then the walking would just feel really unnatural, right? Like, it's as fast as it is because, you know, Link moves at a pace that is expected that he would move at. You know, you press the forward button and he moves at a pace that you expect him to move. And the world is very deliberately designed around that speed. So saying, oh, it wouldn't be the same if obviously it wouldn't be the same if it were 1/10. Yeah, obviously it wouldn't be the same if you moved to 1/10 as fast. It also wouldn't be the same if you moved 10 times as fast. They've made it that slow deliberately. It was a very deliberate choice to do that. So just saying, oh, they should make it faster because there's some downtime. No, they fucking shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. Then the map is 10 times larger without any more density. But it's not! That's just a random hypothetical that just doesn't mean anything. They designed the map around the speed at which Link moves deliberately. It's a very deliberate design choice. Saying that there's too much downtime is just like, you can think that if you want, but just saying that they should make the map more dense because of it, no, that's bullshit. If they wanted to make the map more dense, they would have. They like Breath of the Wild has so much. Like, there's so much intent in the way it's made. It's so intentional with how it's made. It's just saying they should make it more dense is just like, it's just saying I have a low attention span, but with nicer words. Rumor sold itself as a dark post-apocalyptic game. Renacita is sunshine and rainbows. I lost whole hope for Wua. I mean, like, not okay. So it's fine to it's fine for a vision to change, right? It's fine for if Wua wanted to change its vision from like a dark post-apocalyptic story to something more to happier, but that's fine. But it very clearly wasn't. Like, it was very. It's clear as daylight that they changed the story in response to feedback from giant pussies who don't like characters actually being distrusting of you. They just wanted the generic harem fantasy. They wanted Genshin but with better rewards. They wanted Genshin but with better graphics. That was it. That was all they wanted. And Kuro caved. They saw the business opportunity and they caved. They made the game, and now it's just fucking, yeah. And people wonder why and then those same people wonder, like, why wouldn't you want Enfield to compete with Wua? Why wouldn't you want just like better games? Like, why wouldn't you? Don't you want like competition? Don't you want better games? No, I don't want Enfield to just fall into this trap of being in this incessant rivalry with Genshin and Wua, like comparing the games incessantly. I want it to be different enough that it doesn't fall into that trap, because I am so fucking sick of hearing about Genshin versus Wua. Shit! What's this video prep about? You remember when I was playing Arknights? I'm making a video for new players because I think all the new player guides suck. But like, their deliberate choices can be wrong. If they made the world 10 times as big, that would be also be deliberate on their account. But they didn't! They didn't make it 10 times as big. In the same sense we can say about the current world density, there needs to be a substantial argument on the specific pace that exists, and it's not just saying that the developer intent. Okay. My response to that is I think the pace of Breath of the Wild is totally fine. I don't think there's any issue with it whatsoever. I see absolutely zero reason to make the world more dense or less dense or bigger or increase speed. I think the pacing, the traversal, I think it's absolutely fine as it is. I don't think anything needs to change about the speed of traversal or density of the world at all. I think your brother is wrong. I played Breath of the Wild like a lot. I played it a whole fucking lot, and I did not once tire of the traversal. Ever. People who think you should then hang on, you then fucking hell, I can't read. You just then shouldn't say people who think the pace should be different are just disrespecting developer intent. Okay, I'll rephrase then. I don't think people who think the pace should be different are disrespecting developer intent. I just think the people who think the pace should be different are wrong. Is that okay? Will the new guide just be Borrow Whistle? Yes. We're done here. Guide over. I'm done with that? Okay, good. Glad. Cool. The downtime in Breath of the Wild made the world feel bigger. I liked exploration in Genshin, but with how close the... Yes, okay, you know, incursion. I'm glad you mentioned the word downtime there. The downtime in Breath of the Wild made the world feel bigger. Let me pull up a video. Pull up a video that I think is really good. It's been a while since I watched it. It was uploaded 4 years ago. It's got 688,000 views. It's called Vibe Checks in Video Games. It's a really good video essay. It's really, really good. It's like, so one of the examples it brings up is bonfires in Dark Souls. That's not Dark Souls. Anyway, unlike the, you know, there's Ori there. I think there's a Hollow Knight example somewhere as well. Like the bench in Hollow Knight, and there's Breath of the Wild examples as well. It basically makes the point that like downtime is necessary, and like you know, it's the downtime. This stuff, this mundanity, the downtime, this stuff is necessary for pacing. It's absolutely necessary. Like those moments of downtime, those moments of respite are earned because of the pacing of these games. It's if the whole game is just like non-stop, then it fucks with the pacing and it becomes exhausting. These moments of not a lot going on are very important for pacing. Without the lows, there are no highs. Yeah, it's like it's only 12 minutes long. I recommend you watch the whole thing. It gets into a bit of an existential crisis at the end as well. Yeah, it's like it's a good video essay. I recommend you check it out because it very well explains why this downtime is necessary in these games. Why it shouldn't just be constantly like flooding the senses and stuff. What do I get rid of here? I don't need 3 snipers. I'll get rid of this. Hey guys, so what you want to do is borrow Wisp. To do this, you want at least one E2 unit to borrow an E2 Wisp. So to do this, it's gonna be one. Just borrow Wizardel. Okay, can't Twitch be more intelligent and rational like YT? YouTube. I mean, Twitch is YouTube doesn't have the same emote culture that Twitch has. That makes YouTube worse. It was half-assed. I have no identity. Hang on, let me read this. I was watching both your videos and believe you're right, but I think what they could do instead is pretty much replace the dodge with dash, right? If they changed it to like a repositioning dash, I think that would work. But like ultimately, it's not really up to me to tell them what to replace the dodge with. It's up to me to point out what I believe is a genuine concern and a real like problem, and it's up to them how to address it. To be fair, to be entirely clear, I do expect them to keep the dodge button. I just expect them to change it substantially. How they change it? Well, not even necessarily substantially. I expect them to change it to complement the combat system. How they'll change it, I'm not sure, but we'll find that out in the next beta. It was half-assed. It had no identity. A lot of places in the older maps feels off. It like they don't belong to the world, like neither a post-apocalyptic world nor a harem Guna game. If that is referring to Wuwa, then yeah, I do think it has a lot of its identity is kind of all over the place. I can't say much about AKE because I'm avoiding spoilers of it, like the plague, but I hope they just don't make scrap and forget about the relations of the terror races. Yeah, I agree with that. I know they can make really good stories. I just don't know if they will make a really good story. I think that, to be honest, they will maintain the whole like being deliberately safe for its launch, and then they'll wait until like a core audience is established, and then they'll do more interesting stories. But I just don't want them to do that. I want them to make an actually good story to open with, instead of just being safe. Instead of exploring Genshin, you don't really need to explore anything. You don't gain anything. You just gain the chance of getting something later on in the gacha banner. I mean, yeah, that's kind of another thing that I think is like, an issue with Genshin. Like, it doesn't encourage, you know. So a lot of Genshin's exploration is really, really good. But like, there's a lot of regions that you aren't really, you're not encouraged to go back to it. You go to, you have this beautiful world which, and there's all this really cool stuff in there, and then you go in, you run around it once, like interacting with stuff, and then you never look at it again, ever. It's gone. It's done. That's it. That's your whole interaction with the region that people have been paid for months to make. That's your whole interaction with that region done. That just feels like a waste to me. You know what I mean? Like the example I can think of the most notably is like, so in the Sumeru Desert, the last 2 regions that were introduced, like in the north part of it, the part that you go to walk through to and get to Fontaine, right? Where there's a boss there that you for Ascension materials and stuff, and I think there's like a weekly boss there as well, and then. But you just teleport to those directly, so you don't really interact with the world around it. And then that's kind of it. Like, it just feels like a waste. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying that? Does anyone disagree with that? There's a drone over there, fuck. Use this. Cool. Easy. Just now I realized there's Twitch chat. Yeah, I do. I only started multi-streaming like last week. Hopefully, also the VOD issue is solved this time. Hopefully, that's like not a problem anymore. I immediately got nuked last time, but in theory, this time the music should be absent from the VOD. This is supply stages. Specially open? What the fuck? Does this only does this only apply to like new players? Yes, yeah, new player thing. Okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's reasonable. To be honest, I don't understand why it still has this. I don't think there's any real reason to have this, like these days of the week restriction on the resource stages anymore. I think that's kind of an outdated thing. I think this should be updated. Like I don't really see what it adds to the experience. And I don't really see how it. I'm assuming it's something to do with like player retention or something, but like I don't know. I feel that's not really necessary anymore. Arknights and QOL, you're insane. Well, okay, so that's another thing that I like to rant about sometimes in my streams. Like Arknights and QOL, that thing. I think what a lot of people describe as QOL is just like abstracting decisions away from them. Like I think a lot of, so I am one of the possibly the only person you will ever see who actively pushes back against quality of life. And I know certain people will hate me for that. And they'll be thinking, what the fuck? Why? But like, no, I think quality of life is a phrase that people have, you know, stuff. So let me give you an example, right? An Enfield example. In Enfield, when you want to dismantle certain production lines, in the beta, it would send all the materials into your backpack instead of into the depot. And so you would sometimes dismantle a production line. It would send like tons and tons of ore into your backpack, and then you'd have no room left for the facilities themselves. And it would just like not delete anything. It just delete all the. It would just like delete a part of it, and so then you'd have to go into your backpack and then move all that into the depot. That's just bullshit, and they should have it just go straight into the depot. That is quality of life. That's what quality of life should mean, right? And stuff like a claim all button is quality of life. Yeah, like RKTX that you mentioned there. Stuff like a claim all button is what is quality of life. My problem comes with the fact that so many gacha gamers use the phrase quality of life not to mean things like that, but to mean things like an autoplay button. Things like things that essentially mean the game playing itself. Things that mean they have to play the game less, right? That's what a lot of people just use quality of life to mean, and I think that's bullshit. So I am actively pushing against it. I don't care if actual.
I just want the UI to tell me enemy stats instead of numbers, as well as telling me the redeploy time in seconds on the operator screen I does.
Okay, that's reasonable. I don't really mind that so much, but I'm kind of indifferent to that. I don't really care either way. But like a lot, I don't care if like actual good quality of life features would become, you know, much less frequent. I actively push back against quality of life, QOL Andes, because I don't want them to just keep demanding the games that play themselves. You know what I mean? Isn't it also fair to say for Wuwa as well, where once you've completed your mission, there's no reason to go back to that area? I mean, let's be honest, who goes back to the 1.0 region of Wuwa? I mean, yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. I fundamentally think that I think it's entirely possible for that not to be the case, and for people to go back to different regions for the story. But Genshin doesn't do that very often, certainly not very often, and because Wuwa takes far too many cues from Genshin, that doesn't do it either. Wuwa still lacks claim all button for achievements or rewards in the events, but it's the game that listens to players the most. That's funny, I didn't know that. That's really funny. Chips being 1 second was a huge QL though. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. That's another thing. I do think that's fair as well. Upgrade chips being 1 second, that's like good quality of life. That's fair. That's totally fair. Chip creations that are getting A or B, ship A or B randomly. That I don't particularly care about. Gacha gamers be like, give me liberty, give me fire, give me auto clear every time. Bars? If you feel about the mastery timer, that's fine. That's like a live service thing. I really don't care about the mastery timer at all. It really doesn't bother me. You know, actually, I don't know why that's reminded me of this, but you know what? What a really, really common request was in the beta feedback that I didn't mention at all in either video that really pissed me off. A really, really high number of people didn't like the fact that when you open a chest, all the items fall onto the floor and you pick them up one by one. People like complained about that a lot. People were like, no, when you open the chest, it should just go straight into my inventory. No, don't do that. I want it to fall on the floor. Genshin was made worse when they did that. I liked it when Genshin stuff just fell onto the floor and you picked them up. I think that's fair. I mean, yeah, I get why people think it's fair, but I don't want to. I want to pick it up. I don't want to just like have it go straight in my inventory. It's not fun that way. It's more fun to pick them up one by one. It's just, and like the reason I don't get why it annoys people is because it's like it doesn't take any effort. You just press F a few times. Like, why do people hate that so much? Picking everything up one by one triggers the goblin brain in a way nothing else does. Exactly. It's a good feeling. I agree the exploration is definitely worse due to this choice they've made, due to pander a bit towards the audience that doesn't want to engage in the exploration, just see it as a chore. For the people that actually wanted to engage in it, it's a bit of a shame. About other gacha games taking Wuwa as an example of what to do or having Wuwa players complain to them by comparing to Wuwa, I think it really depends, because while Wuwa pandered to non-exploration players a bit too much, quite a number of people enjoyed that. So it's a matter of audience, right? It's a matter of like what your audience expects. Wuwa has dug its own grave in cultivating a player base almost exclusively filled with disgruntled Genshin players. Not entirely, obviously, but like primarily disgruntled Genshin players. And so those disgruntled Genshin players are tend to be the kinds of people who just want like Genshin but better. Genshin but with all the bad, quote-unquote bad parts removed, right? And so they kind of fell into that, like dug their own grave in doing that. But the problem is now that they take that expectation and take it to other games. They take it to other gacha games. That's why there's so many Wuwa players in the beta of Enfield demanding shit, like really stupid shit like climbing and wall running and stuff. Like there's really batshit insane things to request. Picking up a horde of small shiny items brings out the deep masculine instincts. Yes, I'm using that. I'm copy and pasting that into my document. That's a brilliant way of describing it. People in Genshin want to change because items are affected by wind and could fall off a cliff. Okay, yeah, so that's more reasonable, right? But what I think they should have done, like something, it's worth pointing this out, right? In Enfield, the items don't do that. The items fall out of the chest, but they don't move. They're not affected by gravity or weather or anything. They fall onto the floor and they stay there, like where they fall. I think it's simple. They wanted more people to pay money, so they added more flexibility to their game by simplifying it, putting marketing. Nah, it's not. That's not really that simple. HSR became so QOL fun button that I saw somebody ragey on one streamer. They were ragey that they couldn't clear MOC with old characters with the fun button also. Okay, that's just dumb. Just complaining that you can't clear MOC with fun button on and with old characters. That's just stupid. Who provided the worst of feedback in the Wuwa player or Genshin players in your opinion? Wuwa players, 100%. Like not even close. The thing is, the thing that Wuwa players won't want to admit though, is that a lot of the feedback from Wuwa players cited Genshin as an example, not Wuwa. But I was there. I was active in the feedback channel, not speaking, but like looking at the feedback. I saw what those feedbacks. I saw who those were from. I saw what they were saying. I saw the patterns emerge. I can recognize patterns. Those Wuwa players, they didn't just say make it like Wuwa. They just cited Genshin, but then when push came to shove, they would cite Wuwa. Well, every single time. No, I'm skipping this, I'm sorry.
地点がテラーナの栄光を背負って戦います。来いよ。
Oh wait, you don't reach over there. Fuck.
かしこまりました。
俺30。
いい風が吹いているわ。絶対許しません。私は一本もっと早く傷が癒えるように手伝います。
You're gonna be okay, no. Hands
私が
up.
行くぞ。あれ？亡霊だってお前を救えないさ。
Ooh, okay, good. Okay, yeah, we're fine.
動かないで。
Game design is the first thing that makes me lose interest in gacha games. Reverse 1999 has a major. Yes, I like that's the only other gacha game I play regularly. It's Arknights and Reverse 1999. When players asking for other traversal options such as double jumps and grapple hooks are actually insane. Faster explanation does not mean better explanation. Yeah, it's a little bit insane. It feels insane, but like it's like gamers just don't. I don't know. Gamers are weird. Yeah, not the base. They just don't like understand why things don't work. Like they just oh it's closure. Let's go. Why is the text so slow? No, but they updated the scroll speed in the rest of the game. Why did it? The fuck? Weird. No, Melon. It's not. It's not. Blah, blah. I can't speak. It's not just the recruitment text. It's just the speed at which the text appears everywhere. But it's not. I don't know. Whatever.
Debris cleared. Debris cleared. Debris cleared.
Fucking warm in here. I remember when Junkman felt like a major threat. Yeah, good times.
Debris cleared.
Just one more. Yes, closure. Thank you.
Infrastructure complete. Infrastructure complete. Infrastructure complete.
Holy baby mode. Oh my god. Please shut up. This tutorial's too long. Fuck. Shut up. Okay, sorry. Oh, black screen. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's taking too long. Fuck. ADHD brain. Okay, right. Quick tutorial, just like it's a 900-page essay. Yeah, no, shut up. This is the downtime. Fuck you.
おかえり、ドクター。
Base is out of beta now. That's true. Engage with the base. Shut the fuck up. No, they should let me fly around and they should put grappling hooks in the base. Why can't I explore like Woowa? Make it like... Why do I have to click on things? This is mindless tedium. They should just let me just do it all once and then never interact with it again. This isn't gameplay. This is mindless tedium. All gameplay is just mindless tedium getting in the way of my rewards.
Alright, if you say so.
Feedback acknowledged. You can walk around in it now.
True.
Kappa.
Okay, episode 1. Maybe I should level some units, huh? I would like to put Ansel in the squad somewhere. I don't really need 2 of these. Let's put you here.
いつでも行けますよ。私が迷惑になっていなければいいのですが。
And then I would also like to put Melantha somewhere. Who do I swap out? I've got 3 casters here. I don't really need Durin. Let's put Melantha.
はい。ご指示に従います。
Activate Melantha skill.
ご指導
Immediately activate the Melantha skill.
ありがとうございます。
Okay,
ご指
yeah,
示
that'll
に
do.
従います。
Yeah, that one run over. Yeah, I did it. I did for all the chapter 0. That counts, right? Remember, my aim here is to like put myself in the shoes of a new player, to an extent. I don't need to like reread all the tutorials. More powerful hounds. Oh, I should have upgraded Fang actually. That's probably a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, bro's good. He's fine. He's got defense.
持ちこたえてください。 そうだ。
Stop.
了解。
Don't leak, please.
できる限りやります。
I think it's fine. Instructions on click against Wizard
作戦準備をお願いします。
Remove all tutorial. Let me use my waifu Wizard. Yeah, true. Big true. Will you pull any of the banners? Probably not. Because like if I'm using units from the gacha, it's well, I guess maybe for 4 stars, but like I don't know. Whoops. Sorry about that.
わかりました。いい風が吹いているわ。この一撃で。急クリア。
Yeah, we're good. There should be more dog rush in newer stages. I think you're onto something there, Shy. You might be onto something. Where's the 3 hours of tier list research? That's a good point. Right. This is no longer a new account speedrun. We're looking up tier lists. Okay, I'm kidding. Debris cleared. Debris cleared. The 252 station is now unlocked. Yeah, that's another thing that I think that is another thing that new players shouldn't like know. Like, it's also important to say to like new players. People will tell you that 243 is fine. It's not. It's like it's not that it's not fine. Like it will give you some passive resources, but 252, a lazily maintained 252 will give you more resources than a properly maintained 243. You should just like it doesn't matter. Well, like what about the upgrades? Like 5 factories will just always produce more than 4. 153 is for whales, not for new players. Never tell new people to do 153.
おかえり、ドクター。
Game? Hello? Oh, there we go. I thought it crashed. I was like, hello? What? Oh, wait. Oh, I need to do this.
Debris cleared. Debris cleared. Infrastructure complete.
What? Non-activity room facility level 1.
Cancelled. Debris cleared.
For the reception room? I can't though. I need level 2 for that. How am I supposed to? Oh, whatever. Maybe the workshop?
Cleared. Debris cleared. Cancelled.
Because like I can't get the reception room yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, just wants the workshop. Okay. Oh wait, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and this just doesn't include the right. I get it. I'll write that down. I feel like that should be obvious, but that it wasn't for some reason. 1, 1. So 1 TP, 1 back, 1 TP, 1 dorm, 1 workshop. CC level 2.
Upgrading.
Enfield will 99% sure have Pride when tier list will bring more of the Koyoko rodents. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that because you know it's going to be bad. Like,
Debris cleared.
to be fair, it can't be as bad as that one site that I'm assuming is dead now. That was like very obviously just completely written by AI, putting fucking Snowshine in like the F tier because she was a 4-star without realizing that she's busted. Oh my god. There's definitely going to be some hot takes. Like, but Pride Run is just. To be fair, Pride Run is also just like free content because as soon as they make an update, like all the content creators can just dunk on it. I kind of know that people are obsessed over tier lists and devolving everything to not high tier, unclearable variation of this. Yeah, it is. It's. I think to be fair, they do kind of mitigate it by they put the stuff that's in the lower tiers they describe as niche picks instead of just like unusable. I think that's as far as they can do, but that's not really Pride Run's fault. It's more of to do with the people using it than anything else. Being about your news vid, are satisfied with the amount of views it will get, so are you expecting the video to gain more views? Are there, like anything above like 10, 20k views, I'm elated with. Yeah, like it's got like 60k views now, I think, and I'm more than happy with that. Snipercaster support specialist. Okay. Do I have enough to gacha? Guaranteed 6-star in the first 10 pulls. I'm not going to do that yet. We've got Pride Run every game they dabble in. Yeah, I know, but it just is what it is. Funnily enough, though, they don't do Arknights. Let me pull it up actually. Let's see. Etheria Restart, is that popular? Really? Oh, okay. They've got shit like Eversoul and AFK Journey where they don't have Arknights. This website is a fraud, bro. What the fuck is Lost Sword? Never heard of that. What game is? I've never heard of this game. They should do for Enfield. Yeah, I know that. I saw that already. I knew that this existed. This existed for ages ago. This isn't even a character, by the way. Work in progress. Oh, I got the weapons. Oh, well, it's not, Wait, hang on. No, this is stupid. Why are you... No, hang on. What's this? This is not how you're... That's not how the weapons work. This is describing, this is just listing them like Genshin weapons. I'm gonna fucking crash out. Oh my god. They have levels. Each of these have levels. They have like, they go from like 2 to 9. Why are you not listing the levels here? Why are you, it's not a fucking Genshin weapon. Fuck. No character multipliers, just fine. Stupid. Signature weapon. Fuck off. Fuck. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. It's not Genshin Impact! They need to remove this weapon. They need to remove this section. Like deadass. I'm not even kidding. They need to get rid of the signature weapon section. This is going to give people really bad expectations of the game. This is free content for me. This is free content. If they keep this when the game releases, this you can expect content from me talking about this. Like, do not fucking listen to Pridewin. This is just completely against. The reason the weapon banner is structured as it is because they want to give you a lot of weapons so that you can strategize around them. The weapon can be considered a different kind of gear. It's to give you. It's to enable different kinds of strategies. It's not about Genshin-like signature weapons. You fucking idiot. Okay, right. I'm gonna crash out. I'm like, okay, I was on the fence about this, but this has convinced me I need to make character guides. This has convinced me I need to make guides for Enfield. Because all the other CCs are gonna be just spreading misinfo. Okay. I have taken this mantle upon myself.
In April Fool's 2027, Tobo will be playable according to Pridwin, and his signature weapon is going to be a crash out.
Yeah, okay. I will. I'm gonna have to make guides. I'm gonna have to. Okay. This is my life. To be fair, to be entirely fair, this is a work in progress section of the website. Maybe they'll change it. But to be fair, the gear tier lists say work in progress. The fucking weapons don't, and neither do the characters. Okay, good. There was something, I can't remember which website it was, but there was like, this is how Arknight's Enfield describes itself. There was some website that just decided to just fuck this out the window and just be like, Arknight's Enfield is an action RPG. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay, free no. I hate this website already. I already hate this website. Okay. What are the games do? Fuck! Why are you like this? Okay.
Stop being French.
Stop being French. Okay. Okay. Where are you, Voyager? More information not available yet. Lesbian religious trauma.
ドクター、終わってない仕事がたくさんありますから、まだ休んじゃダメですよ。
Who comes up with these names? Pupi. Oh my god, dude. What? Who comes up with this? Is so cringe. Who comes up with this? Okay, this one's actually kind of funny. Geneva suggest. This is okay. Back to cringe. Stupid. Who comes up with these? If they come up with these stupid names for Enfield teams and people start referring to them as and like using them as like the canon names for these teams, I am going to crash out so fucking hard. Glug Glug 3000, you cannot be serious. Bro, whoever writes this is acting like an NPC just for the thrill of it. Are you kidding me? Glug Glug 3000. With fucking pickles in it? I'm like... Impromptu core, Regulus and Skipper. What? That's not right. What? I thought Barcarola and Aleph were impromptu core. Is that even right?
Doctor,
I thought I don't know enough about reverse 99 reverse to like say this authoritatively, but I'm like 90% certain that Aleph at least is core to impromptu. No, Aleph is core. Yeah. What? Why are they? And Voyager, yeah. What? Kakania Fatutu in the heal core. What? What is it saying? Tier list. It literally lists him as impromptu. And Voyager as well. Why is... What? It's got Barcelona there as well. What do you mean? What is this? I'm so confused. Alright, that's enough of this. Okay. I'm done looking at this website, and this is giving me brain rot. Okay. Holy detour. The ZZP still has outdated 1.0 information. They definitely try to tackle more than they can chew. Yeah, it seems like it. It feels like that a lot. It's oh boy. Hang on, no, go back. I need to upgrade Fang. Just do this stage. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I did. Why am I doing it again? I'm losing my mind. I've lost my mind. I have lost brain cells because of what I just saw. Goal of video game is to play in the objectively correct way. All other goals are invalid. He's on to something. He's cooking.
みんな敵が来ますよ。
私たちにお任せください。
承知しております。私は一歩も引きません。
みんな私に続け。
そうだ。
準備完了。
ここです。私は一歩も引きません。治療の準備を。
How so I can record and edit? No worries. Thank you for stopping by, Blue. Appreciate it.
かしこの槍に全てをかけて我が信念を貫く。絶対許しません。シクリア。
Down you go.
私そうゲームオーバー。ここは安全です。
Whoa, no you don't, buddy.
私たちにお任せください。
絶対許しません。
準備完了。
Okay, good. Cool.
身の程を知らない高波が剣吾
Those names are the meme option Hoyo puts for the HSRMC. Wait. It sounds yeah, wait, no, actually, you're right. Hi, Tobo, I'm a Spanish content creator and I love your content about Enfield. Sadly, there isn't much hype for this game in Spanish countries. But, okay, to be entirely fair though, Garcia, they haven't exactly done a lot of advertising in languages that aren't Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and English. So that's kind of understandable. I expect there'll be more interest in them in Spanish-speaking countries when they do the marketing in Spanish, which will be closer to release, right? Even, well, they might not even do any marketing in Spanish, to be fair.
Okaeri, Doctor.
Go 指導ありがとうございます。
なるほど。本当に役に立つ知識ばかりです。
They did advertisement in Brazil and Portuguese. Oh, okay. In that case, then probably we'll do it in Spanish then. I think that's fine. If I don't think it's anything to do with like the fact that it's in a like I don't think it's anything to do with inherently with the Spanish-speaking countries. It's just to do with like there just isn't a lot of marketing for these games. Like or for Enfield rather right now. But there will be. What the fuck did? I see. I forgot this was a thing. I know how the shop works. Closure. Thank you. Oh my. Damn! Look at all these new operators I can get. Wow. Wow, skins. No way. Yes, I know how the shop works. Fuck. Never saw any ads in Spanish in my life. There weren't those scam ads. Well, so if assuming you live in a Spanish-speaking country, do you just get the ads in English for like Arknights and stuff like that, and gacha games? The game was translated as well. What you mean, like for the Brazil game show? Come, thank you for the come. What the fuck did I just do? Lol. Okay, I'm fine. I can't wait for the Yvonne team called Ass Blaster 9000. I will become a terrorist if that happens. You realize if Pride1 starts calling teams shit like Ass Blaster 9000, I am going to become a terrorist. I'm going to go to the man behind, like, responsible for Pride1 and like blow up his house.
戦闘準備を私たちにお任せください
わかりました
Vigil is a setback to the entire human race. While his wolf pack is cute, it's
で
nonetheless
きる
a
限り
disgrace.
やります
貫く
doesn't activate, he spins his fucking gun, and his second doesn't either.
Oh, come on,
Undertale has this rhyme.
His third's a disappointment and generates no DP. I want to kill myself. Who put this song on? God damn it. 17 DP is certainly a high price, but if I'm buying in Italian, it better be Texas twice.
警戒は怠らない
No.
俺30
風よ
He's the bourgeoisie, and his voice is in my head.
Disappointment. He's a wolf boy.
ドクター皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてますからここです倒しますわかった手加減はしませんよ
治療の準備を風よどうぞ
Very good, very good. Thank you. Tear it up. Let's get on. Let's move on. Did Iha quit after failing Naruto pull? No. What do you mean? He hasn't quit. Iha just doesn't like stream that much. That's all. Or like, and he, the content he makes is like. I think he is like working on videos a video right now, but like the videos he makes are very high effort, so like he just doesn't upload very often now. And yes, he is deep in horse. Understandably, because holy shit, that game is obscenely good. It has no right to be as good as it is. Usually for big gachas like Hoyo Games and where they make Spanish announcements with the invoices, but for Arknights or any other non-stream mainstream gacha, it's all in English, at least for me. Okay, well it makes sense for Arknights. But I'll be surprised if there's like, if there's not Spanish language advertising and marketing for Enfield.
集中して視線をまっすぐ前に作戦準備をお願いします注射薬の用意は整いました
Herbal Horse Game is actually good, yes. It is like the Uma Musume is actually genuinely good. It's completely surprised me.
了解
持ちこたえてください
Why did I put you there? Whatever. There you go.
貫くいい風が吹いているわ
私は一歩も引きません
俺30
みんな私に続けこの一撃で
ここは安全です
はい
ここです
とどめよ貫く
動かないで皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてますから
貫くこの一撃でみんな私に続け
All good, all good.
これぐらい大したことないぜ
The casting bigger tournament? I don't know. I don't know that. I can't answer that question. It's the Vigil, the the cursed song with a bunch of us singing it. Yeah, that was about Vigil. Because Vigil was such a meme back then. To an extent, he still is, I guess.
おかえりドクター
Oh, yeah. CJ! What the fuck? God damn it. How did you even find that? The fuck? Is he my supports? No. Oh, that... You suck. Ah, you asshole. Okay. And he's on the main menu. Yeah, but I guess he just found, like, I was gonna say like the tag specifically, but I guess you just search Boto and find the right one. Oh fuck me! I'm really tired. Should have been Myrtle. It's a good point. It's a good point. 1-7 is near. It's almost time. Popcorn also came in Portuguese, so I'm hopeful they're doing advertisement for the game when close to release. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully. Whose ID name isn't needed at all? What do you mean the name isn't needed? No, I'm like the. You need the name. What do you mean? I like multi-lane maps where you can have guards pointing at enemies. Oh, fucking hell.
Alright if you say so.
That reminds me, to all the new players who worry about failing a stage, don't worry. Even Tobo has failed 1-7.
Shut up, dude. I borrowed a popper car to demonstrate the popper car can solo 1-7, and then didn't realize that on the person's account that I was on, the popper car was skill level 2, and it didn't work. Fuck. Asshole.
Here's to 12 more.
Alright if
Just
you
got
say
sacrifice,
so.
never pulling Viviana.
If you type in Boto, it brings up a lot of results, but only one active today.
Ah, okay. Seems too much to get. The Jessica Alter sacrifice was fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, that pissed me off so much. That was. God, that was awful. Thank you for 12 months of tier 1 though. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. What was it, Alice? But also Ark can shoot her every bout. Yeah, totally. Okay, if you can't tell by the fact that I'm yawning a lot, I am really tired. I think I'm not gonna try and like stream while I'm a zombie. I need to go to bed. I need to rest. Next stream will be longer because I'll be like my sleep will be much more fixed by that point. But like, I need rest. I need to go to sleep. Let's see who's streaming. Ekogen is streaming. Also,
there are better ways to kill time. Care to try one?
Thank you, Average, for the follow. I thought you were following already. That's funny. How dare you? No. Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna call it there. If anyone else here isn't following, you should click follow right now. How dare you not be following me? Jesus. Raid Ekogen. I don't have a raid message. You can do what you want. Everest, thank you for the follow. Where is the thing? There it is. Okay. Next stream will actually be Tuesday this time because I'm not gonna, my sleep won't be completely fucked like it was this week. Yes, thank you for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure. Sorry to end it a little bit earlier than usual, but I really need rest. But next stream will be longer. That's a guarantee. Thank you, YouTube bros, for hanging out.
Are you waiting?
Sinopenia, thank you for the follow as well on Twitch. Where is my thing? I've got way too many tabs open, holy shit. Yes, thank you. A pleasure. I'll see you on Tuesday. Or whenever you next decide to stop by. Twitch will rate Ecogen. I'm going the fuck to bed. Holy shit. 07. Thank you.